because the last moments were at Dhyanalinga meditation ashram were very, very, very beautiful. I feel like if you are here and you visit Dhyanalinga meditation center once, you will get definitely a sense of what it's like. But if you are here more times, you should also visit it more times and really experience what it does to you when you sit for a couple more rounds than just one or two, and see how things are opening up for you. So yeah, I feel very, very blessed that I got to see this place, and there are many teachings here whenever you humbly open up and take it all in. Lots of teachings, especially like an explosion of teachings at the end, right before leaving, which is personal for everybody, right? But the explosion of teachings that have happened at the end were magnificent, and all I can say is that I'll be coming back, and I also had an introduction of when that probably will be. Since I'm very since Sadhguru has also taught me about Mahashivratri more, and what it is in depth also, and the celebration that he does yearly, I'm thinking to maybe come by in January, first do sadhana, and then around end of February Mahashivratri will start, so you can also do seva for volunteering for Mahashivratri. And oh, now I'm seeing the apartment from this side of the road. I'll show you guys those brown buildings that you see are the apartment areas for whenever you want to stay for 1,000 rupees or 990 a day. So coming to that real quick, 990 rupees a day. I've done it without AC, and even though it's uber hot right now, I felt it is still doable because you have 2 fans in the room, and yeah, that did its job. There were some moments maybe that I was like, oh, maybe now it's getting a little bit hot, but then I just turned the fan up. So yeah, and I think right now I'm just gonna enjoy the view, and I'll do. Hello and welcome back, everyone. We have reached Mysore, and I believe today it is already the 28th of April, and days are moving fast, lots of things are happening, and what is still due to like express with you guys is a lot of hello, reporting from a new location. It has already been 3 days. We're living on Tuesday right now, so I left on Saturday, so that's correct. It has been 3 days since I've left Sadhguru's Ashram, Isha Foundation, and I've ended with the last report in the taxi, and there I have expressed my gratitude and also the beautiful feeling that this place has given me. I have shared a lot during the evenings while I was coming back to my beautiful place where I was sleeping at night. And one part was still open for me to share. Actually, there are way more parts for me to share. And I feel like maybe even after this, there will be some more sharings. Let's see, you never know. First, coming to the actual seva that was being done at the food hall, Bhiksha hall. And I was somewhat nervous to do it. I don't know why, because maybe I didn't know what to expect. And, food is something very holy as well. So I felt nervous in like an exciting way. And in general, like when looking back to the past, my parents have always taught me to, you know, serve people food, and wherever there is a party at the house, yeah, there was this act of, giving snacks. And whenever there is a party at an Indian family, or Surinamese Indian family, then there is a gesture always happening that there is a lot of food. And back in the days, it used to be that the food was being made by the family itself. So if you would have a big wedding, nowadays you hire a caterer who does it all for you. But back in the days, it used to be that, together with the family, everybody would cook. And then usually the ladies would serve the food, men would usually stand at the bar. So this is something that also somehow brought me back to those moments when, I was like around 16, 17, maybe starting around even 12, 13. And that brought a little bit of nostalgia. So I really felt like I was serving family also. And I don't believe it was the case because of this experience alone that I have within the family. This is also because I started to feel part of people who are visiting there in a deeper sense than just any place that you are visiting. So I got right into it because the buckets with food that they have, first of all, the way that they organize everything is just like insane. If you have hundreds and hundreds of people to feed, maybe at busy days even thousands, because there are 3 batches, right? That is for the morning, that is a batch for a brunch or lunch, which starts at 10, and I believe the last round is at something like 11. I'm not 100% sure, but every morning there is one batch starting at 10, and then after 10 there is a certain time that the second group of people can come, and then there is a last third one that people can come and eat. And then in the evening you have your batch starting at 7, and then the same process continues. Like then is there, after that there's one more, and after that there is one more option. I have the feeling of the 2 times that I went eating there that the first batch is always the busiest. I'm not sure if that's the case every day, but I was serving the second batch of the evening, and there were multiple options of food that you can be served on your plate. And I was specifically carrying millet. It looks like mashed potato, but it's way more nutritious than mashed potato, by the way. It's like a yellowish millet that is best comparable with a sort of like mashed potato. Happened to be that I believe that I don't know how to else call it. Let's just call it bucket for now. But I somehow feel that that's not the right terminology for it. But imagine it to be like a decent size. And it was fully stacked with this millet. And it was very heavy. And I'm a tall girl. I'm 178 meters high. And you have to bend down, right? Because everybody's sitting in a seated position. And there are way more factors that you have to take in account if you are carrying such a heavy bucket. Um, and also, you have to take care of that you give the right amount, because some people want less, some people want more. Long story short, when I reached the end, like, it felt like my fingers over here, because I was holding it with my left and I was serving it with the right, that was being pierced. And I felt some, like my nose was getting a little bit, starting to get a little bit wet. Not that it was dripping of sweat, like, no, no, not that. Praise the Lord, because that's of course not very hygienic. But it was, the first batch was really heavy to do, and that is also something that I feel like is a very humbling thing to do. And in the first place, of course, it's a beautiful thing to do, to share, your surface, and to serve it with love. But coming towards the end of the line, because I think in one line there are maybe, could be like 30 people, something like that, maybe 35. And at the end, I feel like my hand was literally shaking a little bit. So maybe it was not the right decision to go for the millet the first time. But it showed me, like, okay, this is some proper work, it's not just um, something that you easily do. Um, if you have, for example, salad which you are serving, then it might be a little bit easier. So for the second round, I yeah, at the green gram, I think I served the green gram, like the I don't know if I pronounce it proper, but either way, it is like lighter, so that was more doable. And then also to, like, take the food out, it was easier because the millet was also sticking, so you really had to, like, mm, get a portion out in order to serve it. And then I also didn't want to put it on the floor, because it's food, and that just didn't feel right. So I just marched through. I was like, okay, even though the hand is shaking, we got this. And yeah, so it was actually a little bit harder than I thought. And again, that was probably because of the weight. But all in all, it was a very beautiful experience to do. And that was part one. Then there was another part where we could sit on like a, how do you say that in English? Krukya. Anyway, let's just call it a chair. And then the volunteers that do volunteering within, I believe, Bhiksha Hall itself, it was their time to eat. So then we had the food in front of us, and people were standing and with their plates, and then you could serve it. And to be honest, I felt like this was a little bit more my cup of tea, because I could really also focus, instead of like the weight and asking, like, do you want this, and then per person, like, how much do you want? Oh, you want more? Like, you can really give more specific attention and focus on there, so therefore also your love, while people are like saying specifically, like, okay, I want this so much, and da 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 da. And you also have your proper eye contact to share the love. So very beautiful and interesting seva to do, and I'm very happy that I was able to do it in the first place. And for both parts of seva, like, after you've done it, you feel so grateful. You feel like, you just feel so happy. You feel like, yeah, I've at least done something good, not just for myself, but for other people. And I feel like here there is this flood of, what is the right word? Flood of, I don't know, existence or abundance flowing through you, which is a beautiful thing. And this was the moment where it was already like heading towards my last evening, which felt a little bit double and sad. And I decided to go towards the main gate again because I wanted to celebrate. So I got some ice cream and met up with some people, and yeah, was about to head out to have my last sleep. And then my last morning broke. And that was just, I don't know if I've expressed about that, but that was, yeah, another, wow, like another wow. I'm so happy that I got, 3 hours or something to still roam around and to visit the places I wanted to visit and to see some people that I still wanted to see before I went off and take the Uber towards Coimbatore city to head towards Mysore. And I don't know, I've been expressing about this before, but I don't think so. What I did in the morning, I think I will share in the part B of this last post review, which I will be doing now. So see you in part B. Yes, part B. I've headed out with my suitcase towards the main area and I left my suitcases there. So I had free movement, and the first thing that I've done is I went towards the place where I did the seva for the Rudraksha malas. And there I saw a beautiful lady standing with, I believe it was her granddaughter. And I've gotten some Rudrakshas there that I can, take home and also share with the fam. And there was nobody there at this hour that I have stood there before. So I continued my path towards Devi Bhairavi Ma, and there I did some last offering and said my farewells for now. And I continued towards Dhyanalinga, and this was a very beautiful surprise almost of, yeah, I feel like how the place have, like how this space has opened up to me, and even though I've only sat for 3 rounds, which is 45 minutes, if I could I would have stayed longer, but every time you hear the bell ringing, you go a little bit deeper and the space opens up a little bit more. So I feel like this needs a proper introduction. The first day that I came towards Dhyana the purpose was to first go and do a meditation and then have the timing that after that 15-minute meditation, there is this specific hour, I believe it's during sunset, where there is an offering being made by musicians or by people that bring in vibration and frequency and energy that gives back to the space. It happened to be that the first day that I was there and sat down, it was exactly the round in which this beautiful offering was being made. And now thinking back, I've sat at three different angles, which were all totally different, which also wasn't intentional, but it was being guided that way. And the first time, therefore, um, I didn't sit in silence. I sat with a beautiful singer. This lady had like an angelic voice, which in which like she opened up the space very softly, like with her voice. It's not like an immediate like guitar kadang or a tabla kudududum. It's like she opened up the thin space like very slowly, which was very beautiful, and there were beautiful bends that she made with her voice. And then very slowly the string was very softly, the guitar came in. So it was a lady singer and one guitarist. And then there was a third element being added, which was coming from the outside. And I believe this was something like a drum ish. Um, so that was my first experience, and I was already amazed by the space itself. It was very busy though, maybe because of, it was this hour, so people would like to see, what is this about. And that was my first time. The second time I came, I stayed for 2 rounds, and I felt like it was still an introduction and feeling into the space. Yet, as it's being stated at the brochure, so to speak, and like online, that one can already sense into the possibilities of meditation, even though if you sit for one session. And I agree upon that. Yet, one should also have the patience to and the openness to be able to receive this, because what I've also noticed is that people can be very impatient, that 15 minutes can be a very long time. I've even seen people stand up after 5 minutes, which is not allowed. You have to sit for 15 minutes. So yes, it is definitely true that within 15 minutes you can feel. Yet it also depends upon your own state of awareness and upon your patience level, which is something I want to also come back to. Here I started to feel and started to sense into of what this place can do. That was I believe the second day. Then the last time that I went, so I believe I didn't went on one day. Yeah, I think the first day I went, then the next day, because I think I went to Adiyogi. Yeah, then one day I skipped. On Friday I went, and then Saturday, the last day, I've ended my visit in Dhyanalinga. And I was also being really called and pulled back again because of, I think I've shared this already, because you could offer the lotus flower to the Dhyana and I was like, wow, this is so beautiful, because it's my favorite flower, of course, and the diya itself is so beautiful. Like, you have a diya in the middle, and then around it you have your lotus flower, and I had a pink one and a white one, and then you have your naga. So I wanted to offer that as well, and I felt it was a beautiful offering to do also at the last day. And when I got in, I was also being guided, and I'm happy that I was being guided to first do a circle around it, because that's also something that I always do. But I felt very happy that they, were also mentioning that, the people that are volunteering there. And another super beautiful thing is that around the Dhyanalingam, so the structure itself is square in which the Dhyanalingam is set. But around it, the same as in Adiyogi statue, which I told about before, about the cosmic egg, which I believe is the cosmic egg, and the Nagas, you have your water over there as well. The same you have over here. And I was being instructed to put the lotus in the pond. So I felt like just doing that alone, I was already feeling so blessed and so happy to sort of like gift that to the place with your energy. So yeah, wow. And then at the beginning, so I said the tali of or the diya there, exactly at the side, and already everybody was sitting, so I was sitting exactly in front the first round to do my meditation there. And then, somehow, especially at Devi Ma Bhairavi temple, the places do something with you. Like, there are some unexplainable things that happen. And also here, I feel like I'm not going to share everything because it's very personal for everybody what they're experiencing from the inside. But one thing is for sure, that whenever you stay longer at the Dhyana meditation, I called it dome before, but I don't think that's the right pronunciation. It's like an energy center point. So let's just call it meditation space for now. And I was sitting very close to the Dhyana and just as Devi Ma, which actually has Mercury inside as well, the statue of Devi Ma. But it's not just only that. Also with Kalbhairav Babaji's temple, and then also here at Dhyanalinga, there is a unique frequency of each of the three spaces, which if you are balanced enough and if you are a little bit sensible, then, or sensitive, however you want to call it, you can sort of like open up to it and tap into it also. And then beautiful things can occur, like some would call it grace. There are certain things that you can start seeing, and that for everybody is personal, so that I will also keep for myself. Anyhow, as the rounds were continuing, I was moving backwards, and what you also have is that you have these spaces carved within the sides of the round circle, which you can sit in total privacy. So you actually sit in a carved out space, which I find very, very pleasant, because you're not as much distracted by people sitting back or sitting on the side, or there is no distraction whatsoever. And it feels like very nice to sit there also. And here, after the second round and after the third round, I started noticing certain things in the space also, and then also from within. And for this, I'm very, very grateful, and this is also calling me back to that space. And yeah, I feel that I could sense a little bit into the magnitude of what this space is, and for that I will forever bow down. And then coming back to Sadhguru itself, like what I felt like, and I've never really had this before, because living in our day and age, to have a guru that you would see online is something very unique. There is nothing being written on it in the books on how you can connect with a guru through the internet. I mean, you could probably connect to a guru through the Akashic fields or through telepathy. That, yes, but how Sadhguru has built all of this is mind blowing. Like, really. Like, eventually, of course, you collaborate with other people, but how this all got established from a being is exquisite. Like, it is somebody who's deserving the name of a guru also. And somehow, because I've been also sharing this with you guys in the pre-visit in the taxi moving towards Sadhguru Ashram, Isha Foundation, through YouTube, he has came into my life when I was around 25, so that's 12 years ago. And there were some periods of time in my life where I was listening to him more, and especially the last couple of years, it has actually gone in quantity a little bit more down. But in specific topics like Mount Kailash, I got more interested and dove more deep into it. And he has given me some insights and sharings all the way back in Netherlands when I needed it profoundly, that somehow he has walked the path with me without me even knowing and without me even intentionally wanting that or whatever. What I felt during the first day is that somehow, if you have been following him or seen his videos for such a long time, then you have a sense of you might know him a little bit, because he's also showing his true colors. So you have this feeling of, I know him. At least I do. That could be an illusion, but that's just my experience, what I'm sharing. And the first day, I really felt his presence there also, like his energy. And I gotten so much more appreciation even for like, you know, so much love. Like, wow, thank you for establishing this, because through the architecture, through the energy of this place, through all the specific separate areas that he has been creating, through the people that are volunteering there, like the major facet, the people, then you are just like, okay, but he's a human being, I'm a human being, what the F am I doing? No, but Sadhguru is not just a person. That is actually, I'm not stating that, there are facts in the first place, but if there is something that comes close to a fact, then he's not just a person. Look at what he's established. Look at how many people he's touched, what he has created right here. Then you also have Safe Soil Project. So many people that are becoming more aware. And for that, some people say, yeah, okay, watch out with Guru, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I get that. And what he has always been preaching is that you yourself have to go through the experience. Whatever I'm saying is just what I'm saying. You yourself have to go to the experience. And this is when I started to really be like, okay, this is my guru. Sort of. Because um, I never really reached out or wanted to have a guru in the first place, because I studied philosophy back home, so I'm very much fond of different viewpoints of life. But somehow it has manifested in my life that I have come to his ashram, is his foundation, and I just have lots of respect and appreciation for the amount of light he carries, and just showing us that all of this is possible also. And yeah, all in all, I feel very, very, very grateful, and I'm very, 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 very blessed. And I wish for people to see this beauty as well. And that is one of the reasons why I'm also sharing it, not just with Isha Foundation, but also for other places, but especially for Isha Foundation, for people that are looking for a little bit more in life, more about the mystical things in life. This is a place that is highlighting that and shining light upon that there is so much more to life than we do in our day to day. So, yeah, thank you, Sadhguru. Uh, I don't know if he can hear me, but I think he can. And you also develop so much gratitude in that place, just not only because of everything that I said, like let's not forget all the animals that are there, and all the dragonflies that are there, and all the lotuses that are there, and the mountains that are there, and then the sunset that is there, and the sunrise that is there. Like, this location is just highlighting all the elements that are beautiful. It's like zooming in on the beauty. And then you have your Surya Kund and your Chandra Kund. Like, I think I can do another poster review after this, because we've already reached 20 minutes. So I just think I'm gonna leave it to this. I'm sending you guys so much love and so much light, and I hope it just might inspire one person to go, and then to just let yourself be overflown with the abundance, and let yourself be opened up. Um, I am very much looking forward to come back, and to also figure out how it will unfold and what the date will be. And for now, I'm saying farewell, signing out. Om Namah Shivaya, all the light and all the love.